Free agency has concluded. So y'all already know. We said it's gonna come, so it's coming. Pause. Our second part of our mock draft is about to drop. It's Stevo, Chicago Bears Central. Let's get into it.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
Thank y'all for tuning in for another episode of Chi-Town Bear Central. Thank y'all for tuning in for another episode. If you want to leave a voicemail, 773-242-9336. If you want to hit us on social media, Chi Bear Central on Twitter. Make sure y'all lock in with us. Now, let's get straight into it. I won't be before you long because, to be quite honest with you, not a lot of my picks really changed. I mean, maybe a couple swaps around here and there, maybe some people I'm going to tell you to more focus in more because I think we kind of have a consensus of who we went to go visit, who we've been talking to, who we interested in, and I'm pretty much going to give you who I think is the likelihood of us drafting. And if I'm in that predicament, making that decision for the Bears, what I'll do. So let's get straight into it with the first pick. In the 10th pick is the 10th pick of the first round, which is our draft pick. And it still goes to show if somebody like Will Campbell or a Mason Graham is there, those two people don't even think about it, go get them. Will Campbell, I don't care about the arm length. I don't care about this quote unquote tenacity problem that they don't think he have or aggression. If you turn on the tape for 5 minutes, you know he's a blue chipper left tackle. That's just something he can be. And if he can't be that, he's going to turn into a pretty good guard. That's something we need. We need depth on the guard position as well. We need somebody that can challenge Braxton Jones at the left tackle position immediately. That's something I would do if I'm the coaches there with Ben Johnson and them. But yeah, I think we should look at somebody like Will Campbell, Mason Grimm, if they still available. That's the thing. I don't know if they're gonna still be available. So that's kind of my no discussion pick right there. Now, the person I think we're going to pick, and is most likely, I'm hearing his name a lot, is not goddamn Ashton Gentry. To me personally, Ashton Gentry is just not a top 10 talent. He's not a top 10 running back. I don't think he's going to be that. Can he prove me wrong? Yes. And I won't be mad if he does, but I just think if you're going to be a top 10 running back, like I said in previous episodes, you got to be one of those guys. And I just don't think he's one of those guys. I think he's a very good guy, but it is what it is. Now, what I think the Bears are going to do with the decision at 10 that might catch a lot of people off guard because we've heard of his name. The Bears has talked to him in this, that, and the third, but everybody just the noticeable names is what we stuck on. I think with the 10th pick, don't be surprised if you hear the name Mykel Williams picked at the 10th pick. He's a edge, a defensive end junior out of Georgia. I believe he played all 3 years at Georgia. 6'5", 260, edge rusher. Now, I've talked about him in the past episodes of how when it comes to size, when it comes to speed, physical traits, he got it all. He's very raw, and he needs a lot of work when it comes to the technical side of playing edge, the hand movement, the footwork, the realizing stunts, realizing the play, realizing what the just the IQ part of playing the edge position is much to be desired. But with him being only 20 years old, and by the time we get him on the field, he's probably only going to be 21. That's somebody I'm willing to put my eggs in a basket with because there's just a ton of potential there. And we already know how important it is to put somebody next on the other side of Montez Sweat to do so. So I think don't be surprised if you hear Mykel Williams in the 10th pick of the draft. Now, as y'all know, we got 2 second round picks, and this where they get grimy. Now, I believe in the last video I had Donovan Jackson going to our second round pick, which the 41st pick. I'm gonna move him up this time. I think he's gonna be our first pick in the second round, which is the 39th pick. The reason I pick him here right now is because I just feel like, just like with the first pick, if you got a chance to double down on this offensive line, add more depth pieces, add some places at competition, you should go ahead and do it. And I think Donovan Jackson brings that. Donovan Jackson is one of the most versatile O linemen in this draft. He's out of Ohio State. He's 6'4", 315. And all is in the top percentiles when it comes to a pass. His pass protection winning rate, run protection rate. Um, why I like him so much is he's versatile. He's a natural guard. He played a lot of guard. He came in playing guard, but due to the injury of Josh Simmons over there at Ohio State at left tackle, he stepped in this year to play left tackle and did a damn good job leading them to the championship as a left tackle. So to somebody that's as versatile that could play guard, multiple guards, play tackle, it's a swing. Like it's a very valuable pick at the 39th pick, and I think we should go ahead and just go and get Donovan Jackson and just beef up and should secure and make sure this O line is 100% and everything that we want. Now, and with the 41st pick, I this is a different name that most people haven't heard me say personally. Everybody I've talked about Junkins, I've talked about Henderson at Ohio State as well. You also heard me talk about Cam Scottaboo, how I like him as well. But another running back that caught my eye. Not gonna lie, I don't know if it because he reminds me of a former running back that we recently just had on the team. But that running back is Iowa's running back Caleb Johnson. Now, for those who's gonna be like, if it's not Gentry, like I said, I feel like this is a very, very deep. It's a very deep draft class when it comes to the running back position. I think there's a lot of talented guys out there at multiple schools that you can go out there and get. Now, Caleb Johnson, the reason I like him so much because he kind of reminds me of David Montgomery. He's bigger than him for sure. He's 6'1", 224. Now, he did run, I think, a 4.5 something, which is a little bit on the slow side, but I think he's faster than what people give him, especially at 6'1", 240, 230 almost. To almost have a 4.5 or a 4.49, which is something I believe he ran in his pro day, for him to be moving like that at that size is great. You watch the tape, he's hard to take down. He does have decent breakaway speed because I think if I'm not mistaken, he's in the 20th, up in 20 touchdowns. And he had 21 touchdowns last year, averaged 6.4 yards a carry, 240 yards carried, and he had 1,500 yards in a Big Ten conference where they played a lot of great defenses. So yeah, I like Caleb. I like Caleb Johnson. I think he could be a nice piece with DeAndre Swift because, like I've been saying, it's not like we're just gonna cut DeAndre Swift. So we need to have a nice puzzle piece to put next to him, and Caleb Johnson could be the guy that could be your bell cow type of running back, and that's where I feel like we should go at the 41st pick in the second round. Now, the third round, 72 second pick, which is the final pick I'll be doing today, because that's what we did. We doing the first three drafts. There's a lot of ways and a lot of things we can do when it comes to the seventh pick. I'm almost I can't make my mind up because of course we also know there's there's a it will be remiss to not say that we need to look at the safety position. We all know how talented Jaquan Brisker is, but the problem is the man just can't stay on his feet. Unfortunately, the man just cannot simply stay on his feet. We know that he's suffering from a lot of concussion injuries, and we know in the game of football, if you have one concussion, then you keep getting them right after back to back. That's typically a problem. That's typically a big problem. Now, There's two people I'm looking at because I think this dude can possibly drop, and I think this dude can possibly rise. So he could be in the second round, he could be in the first round, he could be in the third round to me. But this guy Harmon, the D tackle out of Oregon, I think is somebody Derek Harmon we should look at. Now, a lot of people gonna look at me like, ain't no way he gonna make it to the third round. Some weird shit didn't happen in this draft, but Derek Harmon is somebody I can see that we can take a lot of liking to. He is a guy that not necessarily is a game record because you see his tape in Oregon. He got pressure a lot. He got to the quarterback a lot, but he didn't finish it. And you can say that has a lot to do with his surrounding counterparts like Jordan Burch didn't play the whole year. Uilangalele, he's kind of iffy when it comes to getting to the quarterback as well, young as well. So it was kind of different. Now I'm thinking with somebody like Derek Harmon, when you have a Javon Dexter on your team, a Sweat, Austin Booker, those type of players can help him out a little bit more, and that can make him a dangerous player if he does end up on a team like us where Sweat coming around that edge, they got all their attention on him, and he just burrows up the middle. That's something we could do, but I don't. It's kind of be a little. It's kind of not likely that he'll make it to the third round. But I've seen a crazy shit happen. But that's one I think we can go with. And I'm trying to remember. I lost it in my notes. I gotta find his name. It's a safety. There it is. Where he go? 1 second. Where did he go? There you go. Safety out of Fresno State, Dean Clark. Now, do I feel like we could get him later on in the draft? Yes. I don't think he's necessarily a third round pick. Um, this is a deep draft. Well, I wouldn't say a deep, but it's deeper. No diddy when it comes to the safety pick. So I think that's something we can look at. Dean, very physical guy, got the measurables to play the safety position. If you look at why is they giving me a film producer of Dean Clark? I need the football player. Thank you. But yeah, he fits everything. He's physical. He can play down in the box at times. He's rangy as well. I think Dean Clark is something that we should definitely take a look at. 6 foot, 225. Last year I think he had 69 total tackles. Passing rate allowed was on in like 81%. Seven, I think it was seven forced incompletions, something like that. Dude, the baller. I like Sean. I think he can move up in the draft as well. Sean, why I say Sean? Dean. I like Dean a lot. So those my picks. Those my updated picks. Um, it changed a little bit, but it remains the same. Like I said, I feel like if you have the available tools to beef up this line and secure this line for years to come, because like I said, I understand we got Joe Tooney, we got Drew Dahlman, we got Jonah, but these dudes are on the wrong. Some of these dudes is on the wrong side of 30, and they only got 1 to 2 year deals. And if they do sign 1 to 2 extensions, probably gonna be 1 to 2, 3 year deals. So might as well go get your draft pick, get some depth, and shore up this line so you don't have to worry about it for the foreseeable future. But that's it. Make sure y'all leave a voicemail, a text message. If you want to leave voicemail or text message, the number is 773-242-9336. Social media is Shy Bear Central on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. It's been your boy Stevo Speaks, and peace.